All right, yesterday we worked on dividing whole numbers and fractions, and we got out our fraction towers. Today we're going to continue dividing whole numbers and fractions, but we're going to go ahead and use a representation. So let's take a look at today's learning target. Today's learning target states, I can draw a model to show division of whole numbers and fractions. So today I want to teach you how we can divide whole numbers and fractions, but actually drawing a representation or drawing a model. So let's go ahead and take a look at my problem. So my problem says Mr. Curtis buys 3 gallons of milk for the week. If each glass of milk he pours is 1/8 of a gallon, how many glasses of milk can he get for the week? Okay, so first of all, let me analyze and see if I can identify how I know this is a division problem. Well, I notice it says that 1/8 of a gallon is going in each and every glass. So that sounds like we're separated by the same amount. So let's use our analyzing we did yesterday to confirm if this is a division problem. Remember, our 2 key question words we're going to use is what's being divided and how is it being divided up. Okay, so let's see if I can identify what's being divided. So I notice it says that there are 3 gallons of milk, so we've got a total amount of milk. And the total amount of milk is 3 gallons. And how is that milk being divided? Well, I notice it says that 1/8 of a gallon is going in each and every glass. So we're dividing 3 gallons by 1/8, so that would be the amount. So I'm going to label how is it being divided? Well, they told us the amount of milk. And that is 1/8 of a gallon. So we've got 3 total gallons of milk, and the amount that's going in each and every glass is 1/8 of a gallon. Okay, so let's look at the question we're solving here. It says how many glasses? So if we divide 3 gallons of milk, 1/8 go in each every glass, yes, that will give us the total number of glasses. So I'm going to label our answer glasses. So let me think back to how we solved this yesterday. We would always use our fraction tower to show the total amount. So in this case today, our total amount is 3 gallons. So just like we would take out 3 towers, so we're going to go ahead today, we're going to use a bar model. That's going to be our drawing here. So I'm going to show 3 whole bars to represent our total amount of milk. So there's 1 gallon, there's 2 gallons, and there's 3 gallons. Well, we start with the total when we're dividing, so there are my 3 gallons of milk. How am I dividing up? Into 1/8 gallons. So I have to divide each and every gallon into 8ths. So let me go ahead and take that first gallon, divide it into 8ths. Let me take that second gallon, let me divide that into 8ths. And let me take that third gallon, and let me divide that into 8ths. Okay, so let me go ahead and check my problem. I've got 3 whole gallons of milk, divided into 1/8 size pieces, or 1/8 of a gallon. So now let me think about how many glasses would be able to pour. So, well, if I know that 1/8, this 1/8 is going in the first glass, this 1/8 is going in the next glass, and so on and so forth, I'm just going to number or count up how many 8ths there are. So this 1/8 is going in the first glass, this 1/8 is going in the second glass, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to count up how many 8ths there are, since 1/8 of a gallon of milk is going in each and every glass. So let's see how many 8ths there are. So if I count them all up, there are 24 8ths. So if you take 3 gallons, divide into 1/8 size parts, so you will be able to fill 24 glasses. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your problem. And remember, with your partner, we're going to go step by step. So let's work together, and we're going to discuss and work with our shoulder partner here. So let's take a look at your problem. At Brewster's, they put 1/5 of a cup of sprinkles on each ice cream cone. If they have a container of sprinkles that has 4 cups of sprinkles, how many ice cream cones can they put sprinkles on? Okay, so can you turn and tell your shoulder partner how you know this is a division problem? How do you know this is a division problem? Ooh, so I heard Isabella say that the same amount of sprinkles is going in each and every ice cream cone. So it seems like we're separating or dividing up into equal amounts. Okay, so remember what I did with my problem to analyze was use those 2 question words, what's being divided and how. So let's go ahead and write down those 2 key question words in our journal, what and how. Okay, so let's focus on what's being divided. Can you turn and tell your shoulder partner in your problem what is being divided? heard Olivia say that there are sprinkles. Okay, they gave us a total amount of sprinkles. Let's label what's being divided. We've got the total sprinkles. Now, can you tell your shoulder partner what is the total amount of sprinkles? If we go back to our problem there. Well, I heard Abby caught it there. She said that there are 4 cups of sprinkles. So let's go ahead and label that our problem. There are 4 total cups of sprinkles. Now we need to identify how those 4 cups of sprinkles are divided up. So can you tell your shoulder partner how those 4 cups of sprinkles are being divided up? Ooh, I heard Ethan say that there's 1/5 going on each and every ice cream cone. So that seems like our how is telling us the amount of sprinkles. And there's 1/5 of a cup going on each and every ice cream cone. So it looks like we've got 4 total cups of sprinkles that are being divided up into 1/5 amounts. Okay, so now let's go ahead. We can even, before we solve it, label our answer. So let's go back to our question and see if we can identify. So if our question asking how many ice cream cones can they put sprinkles on, can you turn and tell your shoulder partner what our answer, the meaning of our answer will be? Olivia caught it right away. That's going to tell us the number of ice cream cones. So we can go ahead and label our answer, ice cream cones. Okay, so let's revisit Mr. Curtis's problem here so we can identify how today we're going to be drawing that model of that representation. Remember, we used our fraction towers yesterday. So if we go back to my problem, remember we're using bar models. Okay, so can you turn and tell your shoulder partner? So if we've got 4 cups of sprinkles divided up into 1/5 amount, can you turn and tell your shoulder partner how many bars, whole bars, we're going to draw? Step number 1. Can you tell your shoulder partner how many bars we're going to draw? Okay, so I heard Isabel say we need to draw 4 whole bars. Why? Because we've got 4 total cups of sprinkles. So let's go ahead and draw 4 whole bars. Okay, so now can you tell your shoulder partner, how are we going to divide up these 4 cups of sprinkles? If you go back to our problem, I already said it right away that we need to divide into fifths. Why? Because 1/5 cup is going on each and every ice cream cone. Let's go ahead and divide up into 5 equal parts here. So can you show me fifths there? With 5 equal parts. Alright, so let's check, make sure that we've got 5 equal parts for each and every cup of sprinkles. So before I get my answer, let's double check. We've got 4 whole cups of sprinkles, and each is divided up into 5 equal parts. Okay, now revisit my problem. I had to identify how many glasses it could pour milk in. So if you look at what I did on my model, so we need to, for your problem, identify how many ice cream cones. Can you tell your shoulder partner what we're going to now do with our model to go ahead and determine that? Alright, I heard Ethan say we're going to count up how many fifths there are. So when I did that for mine, I just numbered and counted them up. So can you go ahead and show me on your bar model counting up how many fifths there are? Think about your answer. Does that make sense when we go back and think about what we labeled before? Would that be our answer? So think about, does that answer make sense? Are we waiting on others to finish up? Okay, so I see we all counted up and just numbered, counted up how many fifths there are. So let's double check here. So if I just go ahead and count up how many fifths there are, we should have come up with that there are 20 of those fifths there. So now we have to go back and think about answers. So remember, our question was asking how many ice cream cones, and think about, does that answer make sense? Would we be able to go ahead and put sprinkles on 20 ice cream cones? Most definitely, because 1/5 cup is going on each and every ice cream cone. Okay, so today when you're working on your ticket to work, remember our analyzing we did after we identified we have a division problem, or even to help confirm, we use those two key question words, what's being divided and how. And we also labeled the meaning of those numbers. So make sure today on your ticket to work you go ahead and show me your analyzing. And then also remember today our learning target states that I can show a model to divide whole numbers and fractions. So remember today we are using a bar model to go ahead and show that. Are you ready to give it a try? All right, let's do this.